Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Tennessee Conservative News Break for Tuesday, May 18th. We've got some informative news stories for you today, but before we kick that off, be sure to head over to TennesseeConservativeNews.com after the news break and subscribe to our free e-newsletter so you never miss any of our stories. There will be more details on topics I cover today, as well as more stories, so visit our website. Also, if you enjoy our stories and like what we're doing with our conservative reporting, please consider supporting us with any donation amount. It takes a lot of time and money to bring these stories to you, and it would be greatly appreciated. If you donate more than $50, we'll send you the proud Tennessee Conservative stainless steel tumbler, and for any amount you give, you will receive 2 proud Tennessee Conservative bumper stickers and a directory of your state officials that includes their contact information. Now let's get to the news. In state news, national speakers are going to address critical race theory taught in Williamson County schools. The Williamson County chapter of Moms for Liberty will host Critical Race Theory 101 on May 19th from 5 to 8 o'clock p.m. at Liberty Hall in the factory. The address is 230 Franklin Road in Franklin, Tennessee. The event is designated to educate Williamson County parents about what critical race theory teaches children and how, despite recent legislation intended to keep CRT out of Tennessee schools, it has seeped into Williamson County schools by a new curriculum and an anticipated diversity, equality, and inclusion plan for the adoption this summer. Critical race theory claims to solve racial discrimination by promoting racial discrimination, says Robin Steeman, head of Moms for Liberty's Williamson County chapter. It is based on inherently racist assumptions and views virtually every situation through the lens of race, she continues to say. Steeman believes CRT indoctrination divides rather than unites by promoting race-basis stereotypes. The CRT 101 speakers will include Dr. Beth Myers, Robbie Starbuck, Dr. Gary Thompson, and Dr. Wu. Also in state news, the National Gun Policy Group sues Tennessee over new handgun law. The nonprofit Firearms Policy Coalition is suing the state of Tennessee, claiming new laws requiring an adult to be 21 years or older to carry a handgun without a permit violates the Second Amendment. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of 3 named individuals, Kayla Bassett, Blake Beller, and Logan Ogle, who are Tennessee residents ages 18 to 20. Adam Kraut, FPC's Senior Director of Operations, says Tennessee's statutory scheme unconstitutionally denies a large group of adults their fundamental individual right to bear arms outside the home. The text of the Second Amendment makes clear that the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, and nothing in America's history and tradition supports Tennessee law banning carrying by adults under age 21. This lawsuit seeks to vindicate the rights of our clients and restore individual liberty in Tennessee and beyond. Governor Bill Lee signed Senate Bill 765 into law last month. It allows for those aged 21 and older to carry a handgun without a permit in Tennessee. The law, which goes into effect July 1st, excludes adults ages 18 to 20. And in national news, the amount of fentanyl seized at the southern border could kill every person in New York. The Texas Department of Public Safety reported an 800% increase in the amount of fentanyl its officers confiscated after apprehending drug smugglers this April compared to last April. The amount of fentanyl Texas DPS confiscated in April was enough fentanyl coming across the border to kill every single person in the state of New York, Abbott said. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid originally developed by pharmaceutical companies to help cancer patients, is approximately 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin, according to the DEA. 2 milligrams, which is the weight of a mosquito, is considered to be lethal. A teaspoon holds about 5,000 milligrams, enough to kill 2,500 people. 1 pound of fentanyl, or 453,592 milligrams, could kill 226,796 people. CBP reported that in the first quarter of this year, it seized 2,098 total pounds of fentanyl at the southwestern border, a 233% increase compared to the same quarter last year. CBP seized 639 pounds of fentanyl in March of 2021, which is more than it seized in the entire first quarter of last year, which was 629 pounds. These numbers only represent what law enforcement has seized, not what has evaded capture, Abbott said. And in local news, Chattanooga taxpayers will get strapped with a $690,000 bill for Juneteenth, a day off for city workers. During the Chattanooga City Council meeting on May 11th, the council voted an ordinance to approve an amendment to the city code to allow for June 19th of each year to be a paid holiday for city employees. The ordinance was last discussed publicly in the strategic planning meeting on March 23rd, when the council members discussed adding Juneteenth as a holiday for city employees and the budgetary implications thereof. During the meeting on June 23rd, District 1 Council member Chip Henderson said, "It does have budgetary implications. We're talking about around $690,000 if we add this holiday. I think we need to have a discussion about it, how we spend $690,000, particularly when we are talking about addressing the salaries of our employees." However, during last week's meeting, without further discussion and upon first reading, the ordinance was passed with an 8-0 vote. In the city code, the holiday will be referred to as Juneteenth Independence Day. So that's the news break for Tuesday, May 18th. Be sure to head over now to TennesseeConservativeNews.com and subscribe to our free e-newsletter. It comes out every weekday around lunchtime. And if you like what we are doing and you want us to continue bringing you these conservative news stories from the state, national, and local level, please consider supporting us by donating any amount you can to TennesseeConservativeNews.com/support. Thanks, guys. I've enjoyed talking with you today. Have a wonderful Tuesday.